Welcome to the Fly Route Pod. Whether it's your first time listening to any of our videos or you're a return listener, do us a favor. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod. The Fly Route Pod.
What is going on with Richard Sherman? You might have heard the headline: Richard Sherman denied bail for a domestic violence situation. And that headline is actually extremely misleading because it leads you all to think, oh, is Richard Sherman abusing his wife, his kids, etc.? But that is actually none of the case. And as the details continue to pour out on this story, the first thing that you notice is it was extremely overblown by the media. People jumped to way too many conclusions to really demonize, write off this man, and think of the worst possible things that he could have done instead of allowing things to play out. But now we have way more details. I'm recording on Thursday night instead of usually Wednesday night when we do, so I could give you all an accurate account of what happened. So basically, a lot of the facts that we have from this situation is from a 911 call made by his wife, Ashley Moss. And that was leaked. ESPN got a hold of it. ABC News got a hold of it. And what it's clear here is that Richard Sherman is quite intoxicated. From her account, she says that he mixed the light and the dark liquor. And we know nothing good happens when you mix in the light and the dark. She said he had a bottle of vodka and a bottle of Hennessy. And the most shocking and devastating part of this call is that Richard Sherman is claiming that he is going to kill himself, saying that he is going to hang himself, and also, according to his wife, sending that information to other people through text message. And prayers up. Mental health is a very serious issue, and we hope that Richard Sherman is okay, gets the help that he needs, and does not harm himself. And that is first and foremost what needs to be said. She also says that he is drunk fighting what she calls her uncle. I'm not sure if that's the uncle of their kids and it's her brother, or if it's actually just her uncle that Richard gets into a scuffle with. But no one is injured. Neither the uncle nor Richard are injured in this, but Richard is being quite belligerent. During the phone call, she says that he is trying to leave the home and drive away in their car. Obviously, bad idea. Drunk driving, you should not do it. But he escapes, even though she claims to have turned off the gate, the power to the gate. But he gets out. He then gets into a crash in a construction zone, but not with another car, just with like inanimate objects. Mind you, seeing the pictures of said crash, also massively overblown. He basically clipped a median with his back tire and fucked it up a bit. Like, I'm sure most of you have probably been in worse accidents. Now, that is not an excuse for driving under the influence. That's unacceptable. And that's something that we've taken up. I personally have taken a very strong stance against. But it is very important to keep the events that occurred in perspective in accordance to maybe what you might have heard here and there from other places. Now, this leads us to, how does Richard Sherman get arrested? Apparently, he goes to his in-laws' homes and is trying to break into their home. Now, this is where the domestic violence designation comes in, just because it is interfamilial violence. Richard Sherman hurt 0 people, attacked 0 people at this residence, but he was actively, according to Raymond Moss, who is his wife's father, trying to break down the door with his shoulder, like ramming into it over and over again. Raymond says that he actually opens the door crack to pepper spray Richard Sherman, and that Richard is yelling, "Come through, Ray." He's trying to get Ray to come out the house. It seems like something is going on between Ray and Richard that is a point of conflict here, but that's also their business. That is where the domestic violence designation comes through. Richard Sherman injured 0 people, hurt nobody, and basically all the damage that he did was to property, not to any individuals. So it is technically domestic violence by the way the law categorizes intrafamilial conflicts. It is not domestic violence in the traditional sense of the word and what people think. But that is not something that people want to tell you or highlight when they're trying to get the clicks. He did not enter the home, did not strike any people in the home, period. And that's just not like people in Richard Sherman's camp saying. That is from the official police report. Now, this ends up happening and the police come through. They try to subdue Richard Sherman. And to be fair, it is announced prior on the 911 call that his wife made that if the police try to subdue him, Richard is going to fight back. She begs them not to shoot Richard and to understand that he is intoxicated but unarmed. The police show up. Richard, predictably, based off what his wife said, does try to get into a physical altercation with the police. They take him down using a canine, right? So the canine unit takes him down, a dog takes him down. Richard is the only person injured here, and it's only a couple of scratches. They take him to the hospital, and they get him checked out before taking him to jail. The reason why he was denied bail, which is what allowed people to make these extra presumptions, is because in Washington state, all domestic violence situations required him to be seen by a judge before being able to get bail. So what ends up happening is today on Thursday, Richard sees a judge. He gets bail for $10,000, gets 0 felony charges. This is what I have to say. So all the people making the assumptions that Richard Sherman's career is over, blah, 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 0 felony charges. He gets 1 count of criminal trespassing, which is a misdemeanor, a count of malicious mischief, a DUI count, and a resisting arrest count. That is it. And considering someone of Richard Sherman's means, I doubt that these charges will go very far or it'll have any type of jail time, etc. attached to it.